Today I'm making railway lamb curry. This is one from my book, The Curry Guy Bible. It is amazing. If you like lamb curries, you're gonna love this one. As you can see, I've got all my ingredients all laid out there, which is something I recommend you do as well. So just follow the ingredients list and get everything ready when you're cooking a curry like this, because you don't want to go running around looking for stuff. So I'm going to put this pan on the heat. I'll tell you a little bit about the recipe as well as we go along. And we're going to go ahead and add some mustard oil. Now that's mustard oil. You can use rapeseed oil too as well. We're just going to heat that up in the pan a little bit so that it is able to take these, which are, we got a few chilies there. We got some cinnamon stick. And we got a couple of cloves and some cardamom pods. We're just gonna add those to the hot oil. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna infuse those into the oil for about 30 seconds, and they'll continue to flavor the dish as we cook it as well. This is just a really good way of starting it out, getting that oil nicely seasoned up. Then we're going to add one of my favorite herbs of all time, and that's curry leaves. Curry leaves are an amazing thing. They make everything taste good. So I'm going to add some of those curry leaves. We're going to let these, I got to throw them all in. We're going to let them flavor that oil as well for another 30 seconds. And then we're going to add some onions. Now, as I add the onions, we're going to want to cook this for about 5 minutes. So just give them a nice, so they're cooked through and soft, translucent. So while I do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the dish, why it's called railway lamb curry. But this is a recipe that dates back to the British Raj. I'm going to add a little bit of salt here just to help bring out some moisture from the onions. This dates back to the days of the British Raj, when a British officer was in the first class section of a train traveling, and he was served a curry. And when he got the curry, he thought it was way too spicy and he wouldn't eat it. So he sent it back, and the chef decided to add some yogurt and also some coconut milk, which was to calm it down a bit. From experience, it probably didn't calm it down too much, but it did calm it down enough that he was able to eat it, and that became railway lamb curry. So it's one that is actually developed in India for the British palate, just like a lot of curry house recipes over here are developed for the British palate. Over time, fewer spices were added, and now you have pretty much what you're going to see here, what you're going to try. It's not spicy at all. However, if you want to make it spicy, go ahead and add more chilies. Add some more chili powder. That's what I usually do. So it's really up to you how you want to make this and what's perfect for you. So as you can see here, this onion is just simmering there and then frying there in the oil, this flavored oil. It's gonna make this curry so good. Just getting all those flavors mixing together, and God, I wish I could tell you how nice this smells as well. It is good. It is good. So I think that's about enough there. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding a few other ingredients, and first of all, we're gonna add some garlic and ginger paste. I got about 2 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste here. I'm gonna add that to those onions, and we'll just stir those right in. This is going to be incredible. I hope you cook along with me sometime, because I am really just cooking this for you exactly how it's done. So you'll enjoy doing this at home as well if you get a chance to do it. And now I've got some spices here. I've got some ground coriander, some cumin, some chili powder, and some turmeric. And just add those to it. Get those right in there. Now in the book, my recipe is slightly different to what you see here, because in the book I cooked the lamb and the potatoes which go into it, separately. And the reason for that is it's restaurant style cooking. So something that would be done on a train, or that would be done at a restaurant in India, or even here in the UK. The lamb would be cooked separately, just a little bit of water or stock, and that would make it tender. So you don't have to just use it in this recipe. You can use the tender cuts of lamb in a lamb vindaloo or a lamb madras, any curry house style curries. But as I'm doing this today and I'm not cooking any of those curries, I thought I'd just show you how to do it as a one-pot dish. Okay, so now we're going to add some chilies, and like I say, this isn't necessarily a spicy dish. This is a couple of finger chilies. I like it spicy. You can leave those out. You don't have to put them in. But if you like it spicy, you could even add more. It's your curry. And to that, I'm going to push all this to the side here, and I'm going to add the meat. So like I say, I stewed this in the book separately, but I'm going to go ahead and add, this is shoulder of lamb on the bone. You don't have to cook it on the bone. It's really up to you. I'm just going to give that a nice mix into that base masala we've created. And it's going to be so good. There we are. So it's all just coating, that base masala is just coating the meat now. Because it's lamb shoulder I'm using, this is going to take a good hour to 90 minutes to cook. So I'm just going to let that simmer away until it's ready. And with all curries like this, the meat's ready when it's ready. If you're reading a recipe and it says 60 minutes, you try it after 60 minutes and it's not ready yet, well then it's not ready yet. Don't just read it and think that's what it has to be. The meat's ready when you enjoy eating it. It's nice and tender. Okay, now to this, I'm going to add some chopped tomatoes, and then just enough water to cover it. And don't want to add too much water because I'm going to be cooking this covered. It's going to be cooked covered, and so a lot of the moisture that will just go right back into the pan. So it's not going to really cook down too much. I'll keep a bit of an eye on it, but we don't want to have too much liquid in the pan. Having said that, I've had railway lamb curry where it's really thin, a thin sauce. I've also had it where it's more of a thickish sauce, and I prefer the thickish sauce. So that too is up to you. And if you prefer it to be a little bit thinner, add some stock, add some more water, get it thinner. But if you want it the way I cook it, the way I've done it in my book, you just want to add just a tiny bit of water, and that is perfect right there. So that is just going to sit there, and it's going to simmer covered for about 60 minutes. Oh, I forgot something. I'm glad here we are. I've got some tamarind that's going to go in there as well. Let's see if I can get that in there. So this tamarind is going to give it a nice tart flavor. All these flavors just go so nicely together. Our railway lamb curry has been cooking out for about an hour, and yes, I have checked the lamb, and it is almost cooked to perfection. I think it's going to take another 10 minutes or so. So I'm going to add some potato. You don't have to add potato, but it is a popular ingredient. Stir that in there, and to that I'm going to add about 200 milliliters, 2/3 of a cup, thick coconut milk. And that would have been used originally to calm the curry down, but there really isn't that much spice in this one anyway. And that is looking and smelling very nice. So I'm just going to cover that now. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going to add some cassoulet methi. That is dried fenugreek leaves. And I'm going to add that right over the top by just rubbing it between my fingers. I think I'll put a little bit more on there as well. Methi is the flavor, the aroma you smell when you go into an Indian restaurant. That's what hits you in the face when you go in. And it is a very tasty ingredient. There we are. I'm gonna let that cook down for until the potatoes are soft. And that should take about 10 minutes tops because they are quite small chunks. And then we'll give it a try. The curry from the days of the Raj. You are gonna love this railway lamb curry. Also often made with mutton, so railway mutton curry. You can use either, and it really is something that you're gonna absolutely love. If you like a lamb curry, you're gonna love this. And I'm telling you, there's so many flavors going into it, and it's not spicy at all, so it's perfect for every family member.